How you guys doing? On this episode of Sessions, I really love this interview. It's like a lot. It's good. It's conversational. So on this episode of Sessions, we are talking to Shelton Hawkins. His work is very interesting. Shelton is sports. He's art. He's storytelling. It's a little bit of fashion in there. It's a little bit of everything in there. Traveling is in there as well. And it's all about pushing forward and resilience. So let's get into this incredible episode of Sessions. You're going to love it. Peace. Man, listen, you got the crazy wallabies on.
Yeah, man. You know, shout out to Eric and Tara over at Wallaby. Last year, they sent me a whole pack, and they were just like, kind of go crazy and see what you come up with. So, you know me, like I always think art first.
Yes.
You see how much I involve my daughter, Parker.
Yes, Parker Dash Studios.
Yeah. So she did these, literally just let her go crazy. We did a video with her just kind of drawing these. And today I knew you was gonna have on something fly, so I was like, yo, I was like, you know what? If I just wear something my daughter did, like that's a big flex. That's a super flex. Because I was gonna wear, I had like some fire Nigels, like I was gonna wear those, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wear.
Well, hold on, what Nigels you was gonna wear?
I got not the bricks one, the one he just did last year in Paris.
The green?
I got the green ones.
I still need those.
Yeah, shout out to everybody.
Man, we're gonna get into that. Listen, I think the Nigel Sylvester, it was like the grandma project from last year with the green Nikes. I think that's one of the best things I've seen Nike doing.
I couldn't agree more. To me, that storytelling, the rollout, the feeling, everything about that like felt perfect. I don't know if you've seen even to the paper inside the shoe, like everything about that shoe was really dope. Crazy story. So I'm in Paris for the Olympics last year.
Slight flex.
Not a flex.
We're gonna go all over the world as we do this episode. So, both me and him, we everywhere. So
my homeboy is VP at Brand Jordan. Nigel's at Jordan. So he like, yo, Nigel's gonna be in town. We should all go ride bikes. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm really thinking, can I get a pair of the sneakers? That's what I'm thinking. Like the biking is cool. I really want the sneakers. So he hits me. He was like, oh man, like we don't know how many we're gonna have extra, but we'll see. Same time, my homegirl from Foot Locker sent me a message. She was like, yo, what size you wear? I saw she just did the Nigel campaign. So I sent her my size. So she hit me back and was like, yo, I grabbed a pair for you.
You was like this.
Good money. So then we end up going to Nigel comes to Paris. He has a shoe release in Paris. And then they give me a pair. But it was this young man in the joint. He was like, yo, I just want a pair so bad. So I gave him that pair because I already knew I had a pair coming. So sometimes you gotta pay it forward to get that blessing back. So
good dude, man.
I gotta send you the actual DM when the dude was like just telling me how much like he was thankful that I gave him a pair of shoes and everything.
That's listen, the most important thing is you could be a dope creative, but better yet, just be a good person. Like for real. Just
came back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got that. So shout out to everybody who looked.
Man, you all over the place, man.
We all over the place. Travel's important though. We talk about that. We talk about that a lot.
This episode's going to be crazy as hell.
We talk about how important it is to travel.
How important is travel to you?
To me, it cures, I don't want to say cures, but to me, it helps me understand racism in a different way. Because like when you growing up and you think, oh man, I can't go to LA because everybody in LA is a gangbanger. Then you go to LA, you're like, oh man, people are just people. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it kind of cures or kind of allows you to be able to go see these things in person. Like the very first trip I ever went, my second grade, my dad took me and my dad was going to meet my mom in Germany, but we stopped in Paris. And by us stopping in Paris, he took me to go see the Mona Lisa. So right away, I got to see art at a high level. I got to see like travel. And I think that's really why I am the way I am now.
Yeah, you're very open. Mm-hmm. And it's obvious. And you're open not just based on travel, but you're open to all the different disciplines of creative. Like we use the word like creative a lot, but I feel like you're like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. You have two abilities, right? Two abilities. Like we'll get into like the details of all the stuff you do, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You have two things that I see like your superpowers.
Okay.
I feel like each creative has superpowers, right? And the moment we know what our superpowers are, we play to those strengths, we are out of here. It's just time has to catch up to what we're doing, right? So your two superpowers is, one, you have this fearlessness about you. I feel like a lot of creators are almost fearful because we don't want to get rejected, because a rejection of a pitch feels as if it's a rejection of our work. And we don't detach ourselves from that idea that
Right.
to me, it's never no, it's just not now. So where did you get that fearlessness from?
I just think just being competitive, playing sports my whole life. I just think like for me, like I hate losing more than I hate winning. So I hate.
Say that again.
No,
That's crazy.
I hate losing more than I like winning. So I hate that. If I think of something like earlier, you had a guest on here. I was like, man, I wish I'd have met him earlier, so then I could have pitched him the coffee concept, because that's the way that my mind literally like works. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Like sometimes with creators, we don't necessarily get a chance to turn our minds off because we're always in go mode. We always kind of thinking of something. But for me, it's just not being afraid to fail at anything. And I understand that failure is a part of the process. So you're going to have moments where everything works out or they love the idea. Sometimes, like, for instance, my first basketball court, we talk about this, it took me 10 years before the town where I lived to say yes. But I kept writing a letter from college, sophomore year to college, until 10 years later, until they finally said yes.
You were never like, you weren't like, damn, you weren't discouraged to be like, man, this ain't gonna work?
Nah, I just kept saying the right person has got to see it.
Damn.
They hire new persons. They hire new people. Somebody else got a baby to like see it. Maybe I'm not getting it into the right hands. And then as soon as I met Megan Cook, who's now in the mayor where I live at, literally everything changed. So it went from the town telling me no for 10 years to them telling me, oh man, we love this idea and we want you to do another basketball court. And then the third basketball court, I did LeBron James basketball court and changed my life.
How was that?
Crazy.
How was that?
I mean, like for me, because we grew up in the era where I feel like the 80s and 90s, to me personally, was like the best era. We got to see some of the best hip hop albums. We got to see the Bull Dynasty. We got to see like everything was of that era, from fashion to sports, everything was like perfect. So to see like LeBron from like high school to NBA, to him to take over, and then the stuff that he was doing for his community, and being at his I Promise school when it opened up, and the basketball court being one of the main things, was just like timeless. And now me and him have a great relationship.
Crazy. That's crazy you said that, because I remember watching my first LeBron game. I was at I went to University of Maryland College Park. A homie, he was going there, and it was like, it's this kid LeBron. He the best, man. He the best. Him and this other kid Melo. Them dudes is crazy. And that was the time like you would see people on like ESPN, but it wasn't like the internet like how it is now. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was like, he's the truth or whatever. Like before, you would just see, you would hear about an athlete in high school, and then you would just see them kind of like at Duke, Maryland. You would see it later. But it was almost like us watching a high school game on ESPN was like, oh, this is different. This is wild. And watching him play that game, I remember they had that green jersey, the high school jersey. And I was like, why does this dude look like a man playing against kids? It was wild.
Nothing like it.
But I just sidetracked. Like when you said that about LeBron and watching him grow, I just thought about it. We see him go from him and Melo and that whole class. If you think about it, they were almost like the first group of like the McDonald All-Stars that we saw. Like, oh, they in like high school, college, or they going straight to the league.
Right.
But so listen, we got to get into the courts, right? Yeah. So to the best of my knowledge, I mean, when I look online, I just see like a bunch of cool dudes, a bunch of cool chicks, and it's like this old court, and next thing you know, you're painting it, and then like the community comes around, and you can kind of see the kids kind of checking it out, and then it's like 2-3 days later, it's like all these crazy colors, and it's like this artist, like their graphics, and it's next level. Right. Anyway, you gotta check it out. Yeah. But what do you do with courts, and how are you able to merge art with sports?
Yeah, it's funny you said that. One is the power of social media that makes it all look like it just happens and it's just all magical. It's nothing like that. Some of these projects we're planning 6 to 8 months out. It takes a lot of like time, a lot of planning, and for us, like a partner, whatever the case. But it really started when 2006, my cousin died on the basketball court where I live at. So for 10 years, I was trying to figure out like, how do we do something for him to keep his name alive and like to keep our basketball courts safe and like wanting people to go there. So I started this nonprofit called Play in Color, which we've been doing since 2020 or 2019. where we take art and basketball and kind of merge them. Because every kid is not going to want to go to the basketball court. Is going to be really trying to get to the NBA. Some kids just want to go to hang out with their friends. Some kids want to go to do content, whatever the case may be. So we was trying to figure out something where we can get people excited about outdoor basketball. Mm-hmm. So what we notice is when you add color, you add art, you work with artists, you work with different brands, it get people excited about like coming outside and hooping. So that's what we literally been doing the last 5 years, and we pretty much work with everybody you name, from all the brands, from Nike, Adidas.
Say it. Let's
Nike, Adidas, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, even on the women's side, Asa Wilson, Mountain Dew, Buffalo Wild Wings. I mean, the brands just kind of go on and on. Because for one, it's like an easy way for the athletes to give back to their community. And plus, it really kind of helps the community out. So, it's just been one of those things that I've been doing the last 5 years, and it literally doesn't feel like work. Sometimes I'd be like, I can't believe I get an opportunity to do this. Like, this is my job. Because I was teaching school. I was an art teacher, but literally, like, I was gone so much, the kids was like, man, you like a substitute teacher. So then I knew, like, all right, I need to, like, really just hone in and do this. And literally, that's what I've been doing the last 5 years. This year, 2024 was the 5th year anniversary of the first court, and been everywhere ever since.
What's the work you do with Local Hoops?
Man, shout out to the homies Local Hoops, man.
I like that hoodie too.
Oh man, I appreciate. I gotta get you. Did I send you the Paris tee?
No, you did not, sir.
Oh, I will make sure. I will make sure I send you that. That was like, I thought your name was. You saw I put your name.
My name was on the list. My name was on the list.
But yeah, man, Local Hoops is the homies. They got a great concept because everybody has like a local basketball court in the neighborhood they grew up kind of playing. And they just really just been focusing on like the branding aesthetic of basketball. Simple, clean designs. A lot of times I come in and help with how they gonna do it, the rollout, a little bit of the design. So really just kind of just helping my homies out. Some of my favorite pieces, I've been wearing a lot of it. Got to do a watercolor tee. I designed, painted from in Paris.
The joint was dope.
Sold out. It went really crazy. Sold really well. The year before that, we did a T-shirt and a basketball for Juneteenth. That sold really well. So for me, like once I find like a partner and the work is good, I just keep working with them because it's a trust. You know, they gonna do really thing at a high clip, and same thing I try to deliver.
A lot of creatives are nervous when it comes to trying to pitch to a brand or to a company.
Yep.
Anything that's corporate, right? What's the secret sauce to a good pitch to a brand or a company?
Show up. First of all, you gotta show up, you gotta pitch, you gotta send DMs. People act like sending DMs is a bad thing. No, it's a good thing. And I'm gonna tell you why. For instance, I've been trying to work with, I'm about to do a coffee collab in a town. I've been sending the pitch to them for 5 years. 5 years, and they just said yes this year. But over those 5 years, I got better as a designer. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me just doing a coffee mug and a basketball, now I get to design a T-shirt. I get to design the bag. I get to really show what that kind of can look like. So for me, it's like, all right, the first no is because it doesn't necessarily mean no that we don't like your work. Sometimes it's no, like right now we don't have the team to help that, or it's not the time. Yeah. But a lot of times people take that first no and stop. So for me, like I keep going until either it happens or until I just be like, all right, it's really not gonna happen. But I'm never afraid of pitching, trying stuff, sending DMs. Like,
I know.
Like,
I know.
No. I'm gonna tell you.
I know.
Look what happened to us in Miami.
I know you was gonna tell us. Yeah.
But just look how crazy that experience is.
Yeah.
By us just showing up and just acting like we was belong where we belong.
Yeah.
And then we get to go upstairs.
Yeah.
A whole private tour that everybody else don't get to get.
Yeah. We're not gonna say no names,
right.
But we were both in Miami together for Art Basel, and we were just going around. We were putting ourselves in spaces that we were supposed to be in.
Yeah.
First of all, if you're creative and you know you're confident in what you do, even if you're not confident in what you do, the people who are higher up the food chain, they're not any more talented than you.
Nope.
They just have the opportunity, or they just been grinding hard.
Yeah.
So we were in those spaces. We were having a good time anyway. Like I always say, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing this.
Right.
For real.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Like if you weren't doing arts and sports and fashion, you would be doing arts and sports and fashion. So we put ourselves in the space. We were in Miami and talking to one person, talking to another person. Oh, you from over here? You from over? This what you do? This what you guys do? The next thing you know, we got a private tour to like a certain event. We was up there talking to certain cats, like, and it was nothing. It's like, oh, there's my information, blah, blah, blah. I also saw you pitch live on the spot.
Right in the spot.
I saw this dude pitch an idea for a big company right on the spot. And I saw when you pitch, I saw the dude going, that might work.
Right.
Like I saw it live.
And since then, they had sent me messages like, yo, how do we do this for X, Y, and Z for 2025,
Yeah.
2026?
And when I saw that, I was like, that's it. That's like fearlessness of, I always say, it's not no, it's just not now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you must have been a hard-headed kid though, for real. Was you a hard-headed kid?
Nah, because I didn't, my mom's a military, so like I didn't have that. So for me, it was always about like just not being afraid. Like a no, I'm gonna try to find a way around whatever that no is or whatever the case may be. But it's literally just been like being confident in who I am and knowing that whatever project I pitch, I'm gonna make sure I do my research. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple years ago, I did the basketball Gov challenge with Under Armour. I literally caught a flight from Maryland all the way to the Basketball Hall of Fame so I can know what to create the Hall of Fame wise in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Like I did my research. Of course I could have looked online, but I wanted to go to the Hall of Fame, see what it smelled like, what the music they was playing, what was the experience when you first walk in. I wanted to be able to have all that. And a lot of times with my projects, like I'm literally that person where that's why we go to Art Basel every year so I can see what artists are doing or what artists we want to work with for 2026 or 2027 for the basketball courts.
Yeah.
Or just to keep the relationships. Like I look forward to seeing you in Art Basel.
Yeah.
And then we just running into random people and being like, oh, now
Man, we ran into so many people.
it's like a family now because
Yeah.
especially with black people being down there because you start seeing each other year after year
Yeah.
and you pay attention to what each other's doing on social media and then you try to be a part of how can I help? And that's my main thing with, like we was doing a project with a drinking company, I ain't gonna say the name, but my pitch to them was all of my friends are superheroes. And I really feel like all of my friends do dope stuff. So if I can be the lens or be the one that's helping, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I think people also don't have this thing. People also don't realize that sometimes, even if it's a pitch or even if it's a concept, I don't have to benefit from it.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
listen, if I'm in the spot where I know Creative X has this and I know Creative Y needs that, let me just be that bridge and keep it moving. I don't even want nothing in return.
Yep.
That's just how the world is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to take talent, you're able to take drive, and also you're able to take that thing of, okay, you say no, but that don't matter, whatever the case. And you merge it so well, right?
Appreciate that.
You also have this ability to be very vulnerable on social media. Creatives right now in this day and age are very afraid of being vulnerable. Like what Erykah Badu said, I'm sensitive about my shit as a creative. I don't even curse on the show like that. But like how Erykah Badu said, I'm sensitive about my, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where you get that vulnerability from? Because and before you answer that, it'll be like a random Tuesday and you'll be like, man, I'm having a tough day. You know what I'm saying? Everything looks great outside, but I'm having a tough day. And you could say something personal, or you could even be like, man, I pitched some stuff and I thought it was gonna work out, and this situation just didn't work out. But I'm gonna still be able to, we'll figure it out. So how important it is to be vulnerable, not just on social media, but to be vulnerable, but then to able to just bounce back.
Yeah, I think a lot of times with social media, people only post. And I think, you know what I think it is? Me being a college coach for those couple years, a lot of times people would send basketball highlights of their game. So I'm like, you sending me your best moves ever. So I'm like, yeah, these all look good, but what about that other 28 minutes that you played in the game? Like, so send me the whole game so I can watch and really say, okay, I can see your character, I can see what you do when you winning, when you losing. Same thing for me with social media. So like, I'm not only gonna post me being in a club in Paris with LeBron, I'm gonna post the first time I went to Paris and I had to sleep on somebody's couch. Like I'm gonna show like the whole story because to me that's what social media is about. Like everybody looks at social media as like you only supposed to show your highlights, which is cool. If that's your thing, for me, I wanna show you like everything I kind of go through and really treat social media as my own television show, documentary, studio gallery. I'm literally just sharing my life so then my kids, my mom, and everybody can see what I'm doing and, you know what I mean, kind of learn and grow from it.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, you showed a vulnerability and you also had this fearlessness of, listen, I seen you pitch. I was right there. I was like, damn, I was taking notes. Like, okay, I'm gonna be just like that one pitch. Cause I'm more reserved. I'm more kind of like, blah, blah, blah. And then half of the time people would hit me up and be like, oh, you was over there. How come you didn't say something? And I'm like, damn, I should have said
That's
something.
the worst feeling.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Wait, can I give you your flowers though? Can I tell you how you inspire me? Not being serious. Like, I grew up in early 2000s where we went to hype beats every single day. Like, literally since I started following your page, I don't go to hype beats. Like, you put me on so many brands, so many artists, we love watches. And to be able to see like a black man like you just be like, yo, look, check these watches out, check this brand out. Like, a lot of times people don't get to, they see these big companies and don't get to know the person. So for me, like, seeing your online presence, I'm thinking this is whole machine behind what you're doing. And then meeting you and understand like, oh, he's dope. He's the reason why I go to your page. I probably got 3,000 screenshots of either artists, watches, somewhere that you travel, just in my phone. So I have it to be able to go back and be like, oh man, like, all right, if I wanted to design a watch, I seen these dope watches he was talking about. Oh man, like I love one of the things you do when you go like vintage shopping, just randomly somewhere in fresh, and I'm like screenshotting like, oh, they had this jacket, like, and I might never go, but just in case I'm there, I'm gonna show the lady like, yo, y'all got this Michael Jackson cover? My homeboy was in here and they had it. Like, I know y'all got it. So for me, like, I appreciate what you're doing. I think your platform is incredible. I try to put my friends all the time. Like, Devin's been my best friend since 2nd grade. I tell him like, yo, bro, like, we gotta figure out like how to, you know what I mean, like do something with him, because I really think what you're doing, the sessions, the platform is really dope.
Damn, I appreciate it. I didn't even see that coming at all. Like, damn, we supposed to be interviewing you, man.
No,
what we doing?
My bad.
Listen, man, I appreciate it, man. I just feel like Ethos Decorum is, I feel like if you see an artist who's a really big creative and they work with Nike,
Yeah.
that's dope. But then to see you working with Nike or you working with Adidas,
Yeah.
I also feel like, man, that dude, that dude is more relatable, because I feel like I could do that too. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I love for Ethos Decorum, I want to be able to project that so somebody else could see that and be like, okay, that's dope too. And also to kind of break down the weird barriers that we have, right? So I shouldn't be saying it because I've kind of given the sauce away a little bit, but I post a Prada jacket, and this Prada jacket is like $2,500, right? If you notice, within the next day or two or in the next week, I post a jacket that was an upcycle jacket from an artist in Mexico. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is 2 different extremes, but it's all the same thing. They're all mastering their craft. Mm-hmm. And that guy who's in Mexico, who's putting all that work in, that probably took him 8 years just to learn how to put a jacket together, he deserves the same spotlight that Prada deserves. They may have a crazy budget.
Right.
They may have like a whole PR team, and they shot it perfectly in a studio, but if I get that Prada jacket, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I love it. It's dope. I love the quality. But if I get his jacket, I'm gonna feel the same way. I'm gonna be like, man, this dude took his time. Yeah. This jacket may be more important to me than the Prada jacket anyway. Yeah. So that's the reason why I do Ethos, because I want you to just remove the lens of all the flashiness and be like, that's a dope product. That's a dope creative. That's a small brand. That's a big brand. It doesn't matter. And right. And that's why I love it when I see guys like you working with bigger brands, because I'm like, that's what we want. We want more people in the ecosystem that are bringing fresh ideas to what we see in culture. You know what I'm saying?
It surprises me how many people don't reach out to me and be like, yo, how do you do a pitch deck? Like I told you, 2018 Nike flies me out, so I can give this idea away. If anybody steals it, like, I'm gonna come up with another one. Anyway, it was.
The ideas are endless anyway.
Yeah, I pitched this idea to Jordan to do 10 basketball courts on 10 places that meant something to Jordan. So he won his first championship in LA. So you do a basketball court in LA. He won a championship in North Carolina. You do one in North Carolina. He lives in Florida. You do one in Florida. So 10 places that mean something to Michael Jordan's story. Brand Jordan loved the idea. They fly me out. I go out. I'm thinking it's gonna be like Me, a designer, and one other person. Bro, when I tell you I go to this table, it's probably like 20 of there. I'm in way over my head. I just have like sketches and concept. I didn't know like you need a pitch deck, like all this other stuff.
Your paper all dropping on the ground.
I'm like, what? So listen, they picked me up in a nice Uber. When I left, I had to buy my own Uber. So that's when I know I messed up, right? But I learned a valuable lesson during that trip. So fast forward 2 years later, I had my meeting at Under Armour, me and Devin. And by the time we left that meeting, everybody was like, dang, these guys was on it. Not only did I have the deck, I had the iPads, I made a sneaker that they didn't even ask me to make. I had made like a real mold sneaker out of clay for a Steph Curry shoe. So then that was like the last thing I pulled out the bag, and they was like, oh. But by me failing at Nike prepared me when I was at Under Armour. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes you gotta take those lumps to get to where you want to go now. And that's why you was like, I need a pitch deck. Now I do
definitely.
all the time. Like,
definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you helped me because I have so much content. Like for Ethos Decorum, we got so much content that some of it I wasn't even posting it like that. I was like, whatever. And you was like, nah, let it fly. And I was like, okay.
Never overthink
I'm just gonna let it fly. And you was like, don't overthink it.
Yep.
I was like, perfect. And that helped me a lot because I was like, okay, sometimes I overthinking it, gotta be perfect. And it's like, it's not the case. We both travel a lot, right?
Yep.
So I gotta go with your essentials for traveling. Like at any given time, listen, it's so crazy. At any given time, you don't know where me or this dude is gonna be at. In fact, there are times that we are in the same city and don't even know we're in the same city until like 2 days later and be like, damn.
You was there?
You was over there to that, you went to that pizza place?
Yeah.
You got a trip wherever it is in the world. What are you putting in that suitcase?
Oh, for me, like we talked about, I've been a diehard Supreme fan for years. I still feel like Supreme makes the best boxers. I don't know why. So for me, I'm always starting off with a fresh pack.
We're going to come back to that. We're going to do a whole different episode with streetwear.
Yes, listen, I always start off with a fresh pack of Supreme boxers, right? I don't know what happened. I remember I was watching Dame Dash in the early 2000s when he was popping his socks. He was wearing NBA socks, and he was talking about always having a fresh pair of socks. So anywhere I'm going, I'm always taking a brand new pack of Nike socks, right? So those two, 100% for sure. Mouthwash is important. I never travel nowhere without no mouthwash.
Damn.
So even if
our list is the same.
Like the mouthwash is super important. And for me, I'm always gonna start off with a white pair of Air. So if I'm traveling, Air Force Ones all white is like my go-to because you can wear that literally out. You can wear it. It's like a perfect shoe that you can wear with everything. And I get mine like a size small, like a half size smaller, so no creases. I'm only wearing them for that trip, and then I'm on to the next one. And
our list is very similar.
And then the last thing is the Yankee hat. It's rarely that you won't see me with a Yankee hat on. Like yes, he was talking about earlier, was talking about Spike Lee. We both know how much Spike Lee kind of represents to the culture. So those are like my 5. If you look at my Instagram, you're gonna see me in a Yankee hat, white Air Force Ones, something that's gonna resemble Spike Lee, and then I'm gonna have on Nike socks.
Damn, we were doing good until he said in the Yankee hat. I'm a OG Orioles fan slash
your
Nats,
colorway is so nasty.
slash Nats fans now.
Colorway
so I
is
can't
so
do the Yankees fan. I'm sorry, I can't do the.
I've never seen nobody with a fit.
I'm a Nats fans now. You know what I'm saying?
That's a little bit
because
better.
of the area,
right?
But that OG Orioles, Cal Ripken.
Yeah,
I can't do the Yankees.
I respect all that.
I
just never seen nobody
Yankees.
with a fit on. They have on Oreos fitted. I'm like, that's the Oreos fitted. Look, I was in Liz the other day. I seen Oreos fitted. I was like, that's nasty. It's just something about just a classic.
Y'all do got a nice. I mean, y'all do
navy
got a
and white.
y'all do got the Yankees do, man. I mean, my list with the traveling is literally like that, minus the Supreme. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm there. The mouthwash. I bring my own soap from home because I don't like the soap in the hotel. It's
dries your
trash.
skin out.
The joint is trash. I'm sorry, y'all. It's trash. When you get, and I keep a hoodie.
Oh,
I keep a hoodie at all times because no matter where you go, the temperature goes crazy. So I'm always keeping a hoodie.
Let me ask you something. Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I don't know what it is the last 5 years on the airplane. I feel like the planes are so cold now.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a hoodie.
That's
on
why I
the
keep
plane.
the hoodie.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, what degrees is this set to? Like, I don't know who called everybody. Was like, yo, put these joints.
Put the extra coal on. We're gonna save on gas. Yeah, so I stay. Yeah, I stay with a hoodie too.
Same.
So when you get there, you traveling. You better do a court. You overseas or somewhere else in the country.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about food because we are on the opposite ends of this.
I
You
am
know,
terrible.
the more this interview go along, the more I'm like, we have a lot in common, but we on the opposite end. Tell us about McDonald's. You and this McDonald's thing, no matter where you. Dude, you was in
Tokyo.
Japan trying to eat McDonald's? What?
I ate McDonald's every day in Tokyo. People go to Tokyo to have these wild food experiences. For me, I'm like,
That's the goal for me.
I would be on the train, and if I would we would ride past somewhere, and I would see like a McDonald's, I would like timestamp where I saw that McDonald's so I could eat the next day. Because you gotta think when
Are
we
you a picky eater?
I'm consistent. I ain't picky. I'm just gonna eat burgers and fries or spaghetti. Like I'm eating like basic food. Like I don't want nothing.
Nothing you can't pronounce?
Yeah, like nothing that's crazy. Like we was in Africa, they was eating shark fin. I'm looking at them like
You was like, where's the Mickey D's?
I ate Burger King. So they
Yeah,
literally took me.
Burger King is dope.
Listen, they literally took me every day to the airport because the airport was the only place you could get Burger King. So they literally drove me every single day so I can get Burger King and then take me home. But I'm not like a foodie at all. Like that's probably like my worst.
This
thing.
dude is the worst, man.
I don't know if you've seen the clip when I was in Portugal. I put up a clip the other day. Me and my homegirl Dahlia was in Portugal. She had just picked me up from the airport and she was like, "My mom cooked, but I know you love McDonald's." Literally, Portugal has the best McDonald's I've ever been to. So if I'm ranking McDonald's, Portugal's number one, Tokyo's number two, and then it's the rest of the world. But those two is like out of there. Portugal, I don't know. I literally felt like I ordered, and then they like called a dude from somewhere else. He like flew in and then made my food because it was so good. And
you was
so
like,
fresh.
I got to double back. I got to come back
Listen,
here.
I'm telling you, it was different. But yeah, food has never been like, no sushi, like, I don't eat chicken on a bone. None of that type of stuff don't like really kind of excite me. I don't know why. Like I know.
I'm the opposite of the spectrum.
Yeah, I be looking at your plates. Your plates be all cute and all this.
So yeah, man, like I said, we're just on different opposite ends of the spectrum, and with the food, even with the traveling and stuff like that. But you also do art, and you also you did an exhibit last year.
Yeah.
Tell us about the exhibit you did last year.
Yeah, man. For me, I think everything kind of goes back to basketball and art. So last year we wanted to do something kind of cool. It was called At the Buzzard. So we dropped it we did it the exhibition during March. Because usually during March everybody has a team. Everybody's kind of excited about basketball. So I just kind of wanted to show people some of my artwork besides like the basketball courts. So it was really dope. It was 15 pieces. The first night, 11 pieces sold, which was incredible.
That normally does not happen,
Yeah,
y'all. For real. It does,
yeah.
You can sell 3 pieces as a successful show.
Yeah, it was 11 pieces. And the prices was crazy because the gallery did all the prices. So I'm like, oh, this is crazy. But it was dope. My whole family came. It was the whole city came out to kind of support. You got to see, which I think you said is your favorite piece, is the piece I did for the Fab Five.
The Fab Five, yeah.
So I kind of just picked like those moments of different teams that kind of inspired me growing up. The Fab Five, Jordan, even though he went to Carolina, hitting that game-winning shot really kind of changed basketball. And then I did a piece for UNLV. So it was really just like me trying to show that I could paint, also take photos, and just kind of showing another way to be creative.
The pieces were crazy.
Appreciate
man.
it,
The
man.
pieces were
Like,
crazy.
yeah.
You cooking up something else?
Yeah, man. So we're gonna run it back, do part 2. I think we're gonna either call it For the Love of the Game or King of the Court. Still gonna be that same format where I'm showing a lot of the projects I did this year, from like the court in Africa, court in Portugal, kind of like showing people those projects and those courts. And it really all started with this photo I saw that I started painting with Larry Bird and Dr. J, both kind of like choking each other.
I remember that.
And it's crazy because people forget they did a whole Converse sneaker ad together.
Yes.
But when you playing basketball with your friends, sometimes you could just, you're like, bro, I got to see you. So
Yeah.
I think it's like, and it just reminded me that sometimes for the love of the game that you forget that we friends, and that was just kind of like the first idea that kind of started the whole
Damn,
process.
that's a dope concept.
Yeah, man. So,
Yeah.
But that photo really like kicked it off. So
Damn, you also have this cheat code that I don't see a lot of creatives do. You have this cheat code where you create a list. You literally color your list.
yeah.
And then you go down the list and you go, I did this, I did that,
Yeah.
I did that, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Where do you get that from? Because I'm taking that joint
No,
too.
you should.
I ain't gonna take the coloring part. I do work on lists too, but you made that joint extra. You made that joint sexy, man. I was like, damn, it was like colors.
No, because I'm a designer at some point in my life. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like another way to design. So now I look at it, I get to design my day. So everybody can write a list, but for me, like I get to add colors. If I know I have to send an email, I'm gonna draw the computer. If I know I have to design a hat or a t-shirt, I'm gonna draw that too. So then it just fleshing out some of those ideas and concepts I'm working out and just constantly just trying to stay inspired, because you never know, like when you're inspired, you never know who's looking at your stories or who's looking at your work that's going to inspire them. And me showing that, it's probably the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, probably 30 or 40 people send me messages like, yo, this is dope, I'm going to do one. And then for them to send me what their version of it is, I'm like, oh, that's dope. Now I'm going to take a little bit of that and kind of put it in. But my homeboy said something the other day, and I was like, I didn't even think of that. He was like, yo, like, it's only a couple people move like how you move. Virgil, Tyler, like these young black men that can do a little bit of everything, and don't be afraid or don't be like thinking like, oh man, I'm not a DJ, so why can't I go DJ a party? And if you look at Virgil's track record, his history, he did a little bit of everything. Now, did he do everything the best? Maybe not, but just the ability to not be afraid to try. And I look at both of those, like Tyler and Virgil. If you look at Tyler, to me, Tyler's had an incredible run from where he started from the music, but he always had a little bit of design. He always had a little bit of fashion. To me, his Louis Vuitton collection was maybe the best one since Virgil.
Yeah, I loved it.
The story, everything about that was like, and that's how like I try to like be in that wave where if you might call me and be like, yo, let's start a cutting grass company. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna research the best cutting grass company. I'm gonna design a t-shirt. I'm gonna really make sure that we look like we supposed to be here. And like people are like, oh, well, that looks different, that's dope. So that's the way I approach everything.
Yeah, you know, you're able to do all of those things, and like I said, I always keep on going back to like the vulnerability and the fearlessness, and also the idea of having fun in the process.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like so many creatives are almost like, man, we shooting our shot, but if it doesn't work, we're gonna be mad about it, or we're not even having. You always seem like you're having fun in the process, which is always dope.
I get mad too though. But I get mad, let it go. Like I get mad, I say my piece online, or I share the clip, or whatever the case may be, and then I'm okay. I'm on to the next, because I understand that sometimes, like I said, like the no doesn't mean, hey, we don't think your work is good. It just doesn't make sense, or just not right now. So,
what's the dopest project you ever worked on?
Man, dopest project I ever worked on, being a dad. Can I say that? Like
Yeah.
literally, like
Yeah,
I really
that's
feel like my son, shout out my son. My son just got his first official college offer from University of Houston for football. You know what I'm saying? As a dad, I'm like, dang. I didn't even see football in his future. I was trying to make him be an artist. Like I thought he was gonna do that. So for him to have his first official college offer was incredible. But I learned so much more from him to with Parker. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the last 2 years of my life is the best I've been as a father and as a dad. So I feel like that's probably like, I don't know if that's the right answer you was going for. You might have wanted like one of these
perfect
cool
answer.
ones, but
Nah, that's the perfect answer.
Yeah,
man.
like I really feel like being a dad is like the best job, the best responsibility. I really like take, like I volunteer at my daughter's school just like so she can brag to her friends at lunch, be like, my dad teaches art. And I go in there some days and do not know what I'm doing, but I just want to show up for my daughter so she can be comfortable around her friends and show her friends like, nah, me and my dad do color when we at home. This is what we work on.
You see, that's that vulnerability right there.
Man.
Most people would have been like, man, I remember that time we did the Nike joint, the Adidas. You was like, this is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Those are cool too. Like those have places, but I feel like when we gone, when we leave, they're not gonna put that he worked with Nike on nobody's grave. They're gonna put he's a father, he's a son, he did something for his community. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a storyteller. Like that's the stuff that's gonna be on the grave, not being like, oh, he worked on Anthony Edwards' campaign. It's not gonna be on
like
there.
this is just be a good person and impact the people that are closer to you and the people that are around you overall.
100%.
Man, we definitely have to do more of these because we haven't even scratched the surface. So I got to leave you with one crazy last question that's going to throw you off for the left. What's your favorite sneaker of all time? Yeah. Yeah, you thought we was gonna do this little we homies, we cool. Nah, we going
That's such a tough question.
I know.
That's almost like asking a parent, like, what's your favorite
Yeah,
kid?
what's your favorite sneaker of all time? You know what? Give me two.
Okay, that's fair.
Give me two.
And I feel like it changes. I feel like the same favorite sneaker that you had when you were 19 is a little bit different when you're 35. But for me, I'm starting with the Jordan 3. I still remember me and my dad watching the dunk contest when he wore them joints. I remember how my dad was like a Knicks diehard fan. But that was the first time I ever seen him like look at Mike be like, he ain't say it to me, but.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I used to be a Knicks diehard fan.
Oh man, Jordan messed your life up.
I'll give you one better.
What?
I'll give you one better.
What?
I used to be a diehard Knicks fan because my favorite player of all time is Patrick Ewing. Right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And Jordan used to kill the Knicks every time.
And
to add a layer to your story of the 3, my older brother, who's 6 years older than me, he used to be a Bulls fan. Just imagine that little brother and that big brother.
Yeah.
And every time his team beat my team, that joint hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you, it took me forever to buy my first pair of Jordans.
Yo, Gary Vee said the same thing. He
For
was like,
real.
I could never wear a pair of Jordans.
Yo, I wear Jordans now, but it was later in life that I copped that first pair of Jordans. I was rocking the other Nikes, the Adidas and everything, the New Balances, but that first pair of Jordans, it took me a while because I was like, this dude is not, man, but he good. The shoes is good, but I don't like him because what he did to my Knicks.
That's how, literally, I'm telling you, my dad used to be like, and I could tell, you know, when you pick up stuff from when you young, I used to be like, yo, after the games, my dad would be quiet. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, It hurt his soul. And for me, I didn't understand it because I used to be like, yo, Mike just looked cool. You know what I'm saying? But the first time was 1988 when he had on the white cement. Like, that was the first time I ever seen my dad look at Mike in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So that moment in those shoes always kind of like stand out. And then it's still something about a white pair of Air Force Ones. Like, every basketball court, unless I'm doing it for another brand, if it's not Adidas or if I'm just doing a basketball court, I'm always going to start out in a white pair of Air Force One. You've been to my studio, you seen how much paint is on those shoes.
Yeah.
I just think it just adds the art to it. It's just my favorite like go-to shoe. Nike looks out for me a lot.
Well, Nike needs to look out for both of us a lot.
I probably get like.
You see, I'm pitching right there.
Yeah, you should. Yo, I got you. I made sure.
All right,
John will make sure we send him a couple pair. But I probably get 20, 25 all whites a year, and I go through them. But that's like my shoe. I'm a painter in the studio if I'm doing a basketball court. So for me, like the Jordan 3, just that moment with my dad. My dad got killed when I was super young. So for me, like I always like think of that moment, and then like an all white pair of Air Force Ones that can't go wrong. Wait, before we leave though, I got a question for you.
Okay.
And this is for the young viewers out here. How do you create your own platform and not worry about what the hype beasts is doing? How do you share information and not get caught up in who's seeing it? But you know what? I just want to share the information so that it's out there. So in case it is a young person who's like, yo, I want to start my own fashion blog, I don't know if blog is a word, my own like social media where it's just catered to sharing fashion.
Man, we supposed to be interviewing you.
Okay, it's
okay, I see what you're doing there. Be yourself. Mm-hmm. What you like. What's your taste level? We talked about, it's funny you asked me that question because we talk about traveling. Mm-hmm. We talk about what do you do when you travel. We talk about art. We talk about fashion. We talk about sports. We talk about sneakers, right? Those are all the things that informs your decision of your taste level. Yeah. And you could be younger and not even know what you like per se, but you be open to explore all of those things. You like McDonald's, and so wherever you go in the world, you eat McDonald's, but I'm sure when you're in that McDonald's, you see how it's set up, you see how they're being served, you see like the layout of the store, and those are all the things that informs you to now you come and take it back and be like, okay, I like this, I like that, I like that. So for me, for Ethos Decorum, it's about a certain taste level, whether it's like a watch, it could be a G-Shock, it could be a Rolex, it could even be, you know, I don't add food into it, but where you go to eat, the stores, when you go to the store, you don't have to have the money to go to the store, but you go to the store, you see the service they provide for you, you touch the materials, the fabric, and then you go back and be like, I like this, I like that, I don't like that, and put it out there. Like, don't worry about the numbers. You will be surprised who hit you up. You'll be surprised who's watching you. You'll be surprised how many people will say, oh, I mentioned your name in that room.
Yep.
So for me, don't follow the crowd. Like, I started Ethos Decorum because I didn't want to do another media company or another blog that was going to post the same shoe on the hour, on the clock, like everybody else. And I grew up on a lot of those blogs, but to me, I moved away from that because I wanted to see something different. Right. And that had to be like, this is my take on certain things, and not just my take on certain things. I post it, I like it. Even if I'm not crazy about it, I see a taste level in it. You know, we had another guest that I was talking to. I was like, even if you don't, even if something isn't your style, you can still appreciate it. Yeah. So people will hit me up in the DM sometimes, and they're like, hey, you posted that, but that's too expensive. It doesn't matter. It's a taste level to it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a G-Shock and a Rolex could run in the same course if they are designed well.
What you got on your wrist now?
Man, why you gonna put me out there like that? You crazy? Nah, I got a Milgauss, Rolex Milgauss
okay.
on.
That's what next time we get together. That's what we gotta talk about is watches. I really wish. I know you over here. Y'all have like a little bit of like a club where people can just go and just talk about watches. But one thing I picked up on the last 2 years, after every project, I always buy a watch to timestamp that project and to celebrate, like, man, we accomplished this. I don't care how big the project is or how expensive the watch is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had the Rolex. Yes, I did buy a Rolex. It was used, but I did go through that experience.
You don't got to give them no disclaimer, man. It is what it is.
Because I wanted to be able to have that feeling of like, all right, the Rolex is supposed to be like the height. So my biggest project, I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy myself a Rolex. But I will go and buy a $100 used G-Shock if that's the case too. But for me, it's always just being about like, I enjoy a good watch. I enjoy having watch conversations. Sometimes I'm on an airplane and if somebody sits next to me, I have some of the best conversations, and it starts off with, oh, what kind of watch is that? Or whatever the case may be. So
them doors, listen, people don't realize them doors do open when people look at your wrist.
Yep.
I see you got a vintage Gucci jump.
Vintage Gucci tank. Bought it in New York.
He's casual about it.
No. This was
joint fire.
Thank you. But again, this is like one of those pieces where you'd be like, bro, what? Why would you spend? But for me, it was like, okay, every watch doesn't have to be a Rolex or AP or whatever the case. Like, it's okay to buy you a little $300 Gucci junk that's faded, but for me, I look at this watch and be like, yo, I remember I painted a basketball court in Harlem, and when I was done with that project, I said, man, I'm going to Soho, I'm gonna get me a used watch, and this was the watch. And so I appreciate the knowledge that you share about watches. So that's why a lot of time I go to your page too.
I'm not the guru in it. There's cats is way whatever. Yeah. It's just a certain taste level. One of my favorite watches is a vintage Seiko. I got it like at a streetwear market. Dude out there, thing is Dislocation is his IG page, $60.
Yo,
I love that watch.
I take a $60 watch.
I love it. Love it. Yeah.
It's for people watching, it doesn't only have to just to be the expensive watches. No. Like, you buy yourself, I don't care what it is. If a watch is not your thing, but you should buy yourself one thing after you work on a project or after you accomplish something. So when season 1 sessions is over, make sure you buy these guys something. You know what I'm saying? Look out for them guys. Make sure we're
gonna have a nice meal.
Yeah.
I don't know about the road though. We gotta get like a next Coca-Cola, Nike, holla at us, and then after season 1 is over, then we can do that. You know what I'm saying? So, Coach, appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. This was incredible.
This is literally, I'm putting it on the books. This is part 1.
Yep.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna chop it up because we could go on forever.
Yeah,
and there's so much we haven't even tapped into yet. So
I appreciate
you, man.
Thank you for sharing your platform. This is incredible. I tell you all the time, if I ever can help, please don't hesitate to reach out, whether it's the decks, partnerships, whatever the case may be, because the more you do for your homies, the more opportunities that gonna keep coming everybody's way, and the more people that get involved, the more wins we'll get. So I appreciate you. I'm glad I got a chance to give you your flowers, so everybody else can be able to hear it. But yeah, man,
you cheated and turned into it, and you flipped the interview, man.
That's what great people do.
Thank you, man. Thank you for watching Sessions, another episode in the book, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did, man. We was just kicking it. So yeah.
Man. Peace.